Alright, y'all. This video I've been wanting to make for a while. I was going to wait until the official start of free agency today to make this video. And it's March 15th, the official start of the new league year for the NFL and the start of free agency. Officially, I know dudes were signing deals going all the way back to, I think, like the 12th or the 13th. And then some yesterday. So today is the official start of the new league year. And with that, a couple of moves, some good, some bad, at least in my opinion, by Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. And I just wanted to talk about them for a minute. First, the latest move, the Ezekiel Elliott move. Not a big fan of it. I understand why they did it. Hopefully, if nobody signed him, if the league does view him as, washed or semi-washed, and they feel like we can't really get too much production out of this dude, maybe we can bring him back at a cheaper rate and keep him with a star on his helmet. But I'm not a real big fan of the move. I mean, I know he had some injuries and stuff like that in his production, but like I kept telling people, I'm like, bro, you gotta understand something. When you split carries in a backfield, your production is cut in half, whether that's systematically or whether that's just because, a dude might have a high hand and, you're not getting as many touches as you would like. So with the Ezekiel Elliott move, I kind of felt like they tanked his value a little bit. Not just in-house, but from the outside perspective of who he is as a player, who he was as a player early in his career. People got to remember, like, he's not even 30 years old yet. The dude is 27 years old. Dak Prescott is older than him. By like a year, maybe a couple years. But they just came in at the same time, the same draft class, right? So that's the first thing. A couple of other moves, the good moves that I did like. Bring Donovan Wilson back. Huge signing. Bring Donovan Wilson back. You keep him in for Dan Quinn. You keep continuity on that defense. Still build that defense up. And as at this point right now, this is a defensive football team. Like bar none. It's a defensive football team. It's probably been a defensive football team for, I would say, the better part of a year now. I know last year, I know the year prior to this past season, when we got to the playoffs and lost to the San Francisco 49ers to Jimmy G instead of Brock Purdy, which, by the way, Jimmy G is now a Las Vegas Raider. But when we lost to Jimmy G, I know people was like, oh, this defense is a great unit, a top 5 unit, top 10 unit, this, that, and the third. But last year, you really started to see Dan Quinn's imprint and his feet to the ground on this one. And in the draft, I think it's going to be Mike McCarthy. In free agency, I think it's going to be Dan Quinn. Meaning, I think free agency was Jerry's way of saying, listen, DQ, we believe in you, bruh. We're going to keep some of your guys, Leighton Van Ash, who I could have probably done without. But also, I think because they got so much youth in their linebacking core. I think they probably need a veteran. Needed a veteran to stabilize the room, and a guy that know the system and everything like that. The guy that's been there, that could teach Damone Clark and Damone Clark and I forgot the other guy's name. Some tricks of the trade, how to play the position. I still would like a guy like Bobby Wagner to come into the room and solidify this linebacking core and be the captain of the defense in the middle. McDonald can be the captain of the defense in the secondary, either him or Curse. And then when we get to the Stephon Gilmore trade, we basically used the 5th round pick. We essentially used the 5th round pick that we got from Cleveland last year from the Amari Cooper trade, which is still bad for me to this day. It will always bad for me because, yeah, we replaced Amari Cooper with CeeDee Lamb, but we didn't replace CeeDee Lamb with anybody. Is Michael Gallup going to be 100%? We don't know. Is Jalen Tolbert going to take a step forward in year 2? We don't know. I would hope so. I think so. I think he got the same body profile as a Michael Gallup when he was first coming into the league. He got a lot more explosiveness in his game than I think CeeDee Lamb has. Kevontae Turpin, I think, can be used a lot more. And I was screaming that all last year when we signed that dude. I didn't watch a whole lot of his games when he was in I believe it was the USFL or the XFL. But when we signed him, and I looked at his tape, and I went back and looked at his college film, I'm like, bro, this dude is explosive, bro. 4-2 guy that can't get on the field except for being a special teams ace. And that's how he made the Pro Bowl this year. But if I'm Mike McCarthy, bro, I gotta get this guy on the field. No more Kellen Moore with his super advanced, I'm too smart for the room scheme, bro. It's simplified. It's not dumbed down, it's just simplified. It's gonna get a lot of guys open in space. It's gonna get a lot of guys moving on the run before and after the catch in this West Coast system. But it's not done. You tag Pollard, you cut Zeke, Noah Brown is gone, a bunch of other guys on that receiving corps is gone. The receiving corps is thin. I still think you need a weapon in a draft, a Tank Dell or Jalen Hyde, Zay Flowers, guys like that. You still need guys in the draft. And I'm hoping at 26, bro, if you got a guy that you really like in that receiver class, you take him. Because I think some of the corners might be gone. I think some of the offensive linemen might be gone. If you can solidify the offensive line with a guy to protect Dak's blind side and move Tyler Smith to guard, cool. But I want a pass catcher, bro. It's not real thin at the wide receiver core, bro. But we need some help. I mean, that's just some of the moves that we made so far. The Stephon Gilmore trade, keeping LVE, keeping Dono, cutting Zeke today. Didn't make no moves on wide receivers. No word on Odell Beckham yet. I think the DeAndre Hopkins ship has sailed at this point, at least until maybe he gets cut by Arizona because they don't want to pay him the money that they own. But we need a wide receiver, bro. If you can get him in the draft, get him. But if you get him on the open market, because they're free, you know, he may want some money, but try to go get him. DeAndre Hopkins may be free soon. He may want some money, but go get him. Got to do something for the offensive side. You already did something for the defensive side and free agency, bro. Like I said, the draft and the rest of the free agency, if somebody get cut or somebody get released, is for Mike McCarthy. You got to do it, bro. We can't score 12 points in the playoff game again and just expect our defense to hold us down the rest of the game, bro. Can't do that, Jerry.